the modify counter. How many clocks are required? You need a 5 clocks, right?
5 clocks.
5 clocks are required. This time t.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let us write the so this is my clock.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for calling Amazon Delivery. Your call may be recorded for quality and training purposes.
This is a clock. This is a QA. This is QB. This QC. 3 flip-flops are required. So mod 5 means this is a clock 0, clock 1, clock 2, clock 3, clock 4 and clock 5. Mod 5 counter means what? 0, correct?
5 states.
0. This is 0,
Yes, sir.
0, 0. In next clock cell, this becomes 1. This is my LSB flip-flop. This is my
Yes, sir.
MSB flip-flop.
MS.
0, 0, 0. This is 0, 0, 1. Again, this is 0, 1, 0. Again, this is 1. This is 1. This is also 1. This is 0.
1.
Next clock cycle, this is 1,
0, 0.
0, 0. After this, what will happen? So this is a modified counter. Again, it is
Reset.
start 0, 0, 0. Correct. This is 0. This is 0. This is 0. It will start modify counter. Now, if you look at what is the duty cycle of this QA, how to find the QA duty cycle is number of times T on.
T on by. Yes, sir.
T on, right? In this case, T on is 2 and total time is 5. 5 clocks are required.
Yes, sir.
Right? 5 clock cycles. So 2 by 5, how much? 2 divided by 5.
0.4. 0.4.
2 by 5 means 40%.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
40%.
40%. What about this is?
40%.
This is also same 40%. And this is nothing
1
but
by 5. 10%.
1 by 5 means 20%.
20%.
This is 20. So if I take QA, QB, QC, now you tell me what frequency divider it is, mod 5 is.
Frequency divided by 5.
5, correct? This is FC divided by N.
5.
N is nothing but number of states.
Number of states.
This is nothing but FC divided by 5, correct?
Okay.
Now this QC will gives me the FC divided by 5, but
Yes, sir.
this not gives me the 20%, means 50% duty cycle. So QA
Yes,
gives me 40%, QB gives me 40%, and QC gives me the 20%.
Yes, sir.
So number of clock cycles required is 5 clock cycles. I want to make this into the 50% duty cycle. So how to make this into the 50% duty cycle?
Shifted
How
version
to make them?
clock.
So to want to make the 50% duty cycle, 5 cycles are required for the modified counting, correct? 5 cycles.
sir.
In out of 5 cycle, if I'm making 2.5 cycles to 1 cell, another 2.5 cycles to what?
0.
Zeros. So that I can make then it will be the 50% duty cycle. See, 5 cycles, 2 cycle it is on and 3 cycle off, I'm getting 40%. To make them into the 50% duty cycle, you make 2.5% to the 1 and 2.5 cycles to the zeros. 2.5 cycles to 1 and 2.5 cycles to zeros.
Yes, sir.
Then that is a thing we need to do logic to make this into the 50% duty cycle. How to make this one? How to make this into the 50%? What I
QB
want to
positive. QB which if we take QB as positive.
Correct. This is the positive edge. This is a positive edge. This is a positive edge. Positive edge. So this is a positive edge triggering flip flop I am using and designing the modified counter. Let us consider that. Now, I want to make 2.5 cycles to 1 and 2.5 cycles to 0. This is my negative edges. Right? This is a negative edge. This is a negative edge. This is a negative edge. You can write all the negative edges. Negative edge. This is a negative edge. Now what I'm going to do here, see here, this is near to the 50%. QA. QA is near to the 50%. QB is also near to the 50%. Both are 40%. But QC is 20%. It is very far from the 50%. So if I'm trying to use QC and make that into the making of the 50% duty cycle, it is not possible to make continuous 2.5 cycles to 1 and 2.5 cycles to zeros. So that the best option out of this QA, QB, QC is nothing but QB is the best option. Where QA is nothing but it constantly it is toggling. How I want the frequency divider means 2.51 and 2.50. So that instead of going with the QA, I'll be taking the QB. So I'm going to take the QB. QB. This is a QB. Let me write in different color. This is a QB. This output I'm going to make trigger at the negative edge. Trigger at the negative edge. Output of this QB, I'll be trigger at the negative edge. This I'm going to write like shifted version. Output of this is feeding to what? Negative edge triggering flip flop. So that this will trigger at what point? This point. D flip flop. This will trigger at negative edge. And this will stay remain same what? Until here. Okay. Again this becomes what? 0. See, this is shifted here. Again this is shifted here. And this is, let me write like this. This will be shifted here, and this will be shifted here. This will be shifted here. This will be shifted here. Now this 0 comes here. Again, what happens this 0? This 0. Since this cycle will be keep repeating after every 5 seconds. Now this 0 comes here. Again this